چۆنن خوێندکارانی خۆشەویست لەمڕۆ بەدواوە هەوڵەیەم لە ڕێگەی ئەم ڤیدیۆیەوە کە لە پێیجی مارگرێت دانرێت بەردەوام بم لە وانەی ساینس. هیوادارم ئێوەش ئامادە بن بۆ ئەوەی کە درێژە بە پرۆسەی خوێندەین بێ لە ڕێگەی ئەم ڤیدیۆانەوە. Today's class is about the three stages of matter. You've just walked home on one of the coldest days of the year. A fire is blazing in the fireplace. There is a pot of water on the stove to make hot chocolate. The water begins to bubble. Steam rises from the pot. You make your hot chocolate, but it's too hot to drink. You don't want to wait for it to cool down, so you add an ice cube. You let the ice melt in the hot liquid until the drink is at just the right temperature. Then you enjoy your hot drink while warming yourself by the fire. This story has example of the three most familiar states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. The states of matter are the physical forms in which a substance can exist. As we mentioned before, the state of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. If you remember, you have already learned that in grade 6. That matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms and molecules. Here is a question. What does determine the state of matter? In other words, what makes a matter solid, liquid, or gas? The answer is that the particles that make the matter actually interact with each other, and the way they interact with each other help determine the state of the matter. Now let's find out the characteristic and the thing that we need to know about each state. Starting with the first state, solid. A solid is the state of matter that has a definite shape and volume. This point is so important because this is how you can differentiate solid with the other states. The particles in a solid do not move fast enough to overcome the attraction between them. This means that they are slightly moving, just like this picture. As you see, the particles are actually moving, but the movement is not enough to overcome the attraction between them. Each particle vibrates in place and is locked in place by the particles around it. And this is the reason why solids have a definite shape. So we have two types of solid: crystalline solid and amorphous solid. The differences between them is crystalline solid, the particles have a very orderly three-dimensional arrangement of particles, whereas in amorphous solid, the particles do not have a special arrangement. The second state we're gonna talk about is liquid. Liquid is the state of matter that has a definite volume but take the shape of its container. This means when you are putting water in a container, however the shape of the container is, the water would take its shape, but the volume would stay the same. The particles of a liquid move fast enough to overcome some of the attraction between them, but they don't overcome it completely. Just like in this picture, this is the movement of the particles of liquid. As you see, the particle in a liquid glide past each other. Liquids have two unique characteristics that no other matters have. That is surface tension, which is a force that acts on the particles at the surface of a liquid. And velocity. Velocity is the liquid is resistant to flow. Now let's give gas some attention. Gas is the state of matter that has no definite shape or volume. Remember, this point is very important to differentiate between the states. Solid had a definite shape and volume. Water had a definite volume but no shape. Gas had no shape, no volume. The particles of a gas move quickly and can break away completely from one another. The amount of empty space between gas particles can change. As you see in this picture, this is the movement of the particles of gas. These three models represent the three states of matter. Particles of solid associate are close together. They vibrate in place. The particles of liquid are also close, but they can slide past each other. The particles of gas are far away and move independently. So, this is what we learned today. The three most familiar states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. All matter is made of tiny particles called atoms and molecules that attract each other and move constantly. A solid has a definite shape and volume. A liquid has a definite volume but not a definite shape. A gas does not have a definite shape or volume. That's it for today. Feel free to ask any question in the comment section. Before I go, I want to remind you that washing your hands is one of the most important things nowadays. The best way to prevent the spread of infection and decrease the risk of getting sick. If water and soap is not available, I recommend you to use hand sanitizer. Stay safe, stay home, take care, bye!